Okay, in this second video about time, we're going to be looking at how to say at what time something takes place. So in my other video about time, we learned how to answer the question ¿Qué hora es? For what time is it? And when you answer that question, you could start your answer with son las or es la, depending on what time of day it is. The questions on the board here behind me start differently. Instead of saying ¿Qué hora es? For what time is it? They'll start with ¿A qué hora? ¿A qué hora? Means at what time, and it's asking you at what time something takes place. So this first question right here, ¿A qué hora tienes inglés? Would be, at what time do you have English, or what time do you have English class? So in English, you would answer that with like, I have English at 1 o'clock, for example. So if I were to say that, I could say, Tengo inglés a la una. And if I wanted to specify in the afternoon, I could say a la una de la tarde. Tengo inglés a la una de la tarde. Or maybe you have English at 8 in the morning. Tengo inglés a las 8 de la mañana. Or it's at 3 in the afternoon. Tengo inglés a las 3 de la tarde. So the other three questions on the board here, I'll ask them to you, tell you what they're asking, and then pause the video and see if you can answer it, and then I'll put the answers on the board for you. So, ¿a qué hora vas a la escuela? So at what time do you go to school? ¿A qué hora visitas la oficina? At what time do you visit the office? And ¿a qué hora van tú y tus amigos al gimnasio? At what time do you and your friends go to the gymnasium? So pause the video really quick, see if you can answer those, and then they'll be on the board for you. Okay, so here are your answers. The second question, ¿a qué hora vas a la escuela? At what time do you go to school? So you could say, voy a la escuela a las, maybe you go at 7:30 in the morning. Voy a la escuela a las 7:30 de la mañana. Or you go at 7:15. Voy a la escuela a las 7:15 de la mañana. Or if you go at 1 o'clock, you could say a la una instead. Notice that you say a la una for 1 o'clock. Remember when you learned how to say it is 1 o'clock, you said es la una because it's singular. Notice that's singular as well because 1 o'clock is just 1. What time do you visit the office? So, visito la oficina a las 2 at 2 o'clock, or a las 12 at 12 o'clock, or a la una again if it's 1 o'clock. And then when you guys go to the gymnasium, so we go, vamos al gimnasio a las, and then you put in your own time, a las 3, a las 4, a las 8. You can add the de la mañana, de la tarde, de la noche, depending on what time of day it is. And then all the other things apply. With saying things like, if you wanted to say 1:45, you could say 2 o'clock minus 15. So, vamos al gimnasio a las 2 menos cuarto. So all those rules that applied for telling what time it is, as far as saying minus this, or it's 2 and 15, they still apply to this, but you're saying a la or a las in your answer because you're saying at a certain time. And just really keep that in mind because a very common mistake is people saying that I do something and then saying son las trace, for example, saying I go to school, it is 3 o'clock. You don't want to do that. The only time you're going to use son las or es la is when you're answering the question ¿Qué hora es? And then if the question starts with this, ¿A qué hora? Then you won't be using son las or es la in your answer. You'll be using a la or a las, depending on if it's 1 o'clock or any time other than 1 o'clock. If you have any questions, just let me know.